There's so many ways that gives the athlete the opportunity to engage with their audience and also increase their value and take it with them from team to team, yeah?
Yep.
The world of advertising, marketing and sponsorship in sport that has the ability to be turned upside down and be done differently as well.
Yep.
And the technology will also improve at that same time.
Alrighty guys, welcome back. This is the second interview of the day. We're here with Steve Nelkovski, the Bitcoin sports boss, as you like to call yourself.
I do, yeah. So, we've had a couple of good years with the Perth Heat with what we've been able to do in terms of integrating, innovating and pioneering between Bitcoin and sports. So it's been an incredible ride.
Yeah, so Steve, this is second year running. You joined us on the beanbags at last year's.
We've upgraded, boys. I thought we had beanbags. We've gone on the couch.
I was kind of looking forward to beanbags
We've
again.
stepped it up.
Got vetoed.
Mate, we've got to progress. We've got the board now as well, so we're doing well. But Steve, I wanted to ask, what's changed since last year with you, with the market, Bitcoin? What's going on?
Oh, lots. Probably firstly, I've just recently stepped down from my position with the Heat, so excited about being able to lead more teams, globally with sport and Bitcoin. But for the last 12 months, it was running through what we did with the Perth Heat and really integrating and unlocking the value of every athlete globally with some of the innovations that we had. So the Stats for Stats campaign where we could have players tipped in Bitcoin live during the game was quite phenomenal. And this has opened up so many doors in terms of what's possible with Lightning and Bitcoin for all athletes globally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for those people that don't know, Steve, you're pretty much the father of bringing Bitcoin to sport globally, I would almost say.
Yeah.
What's sort of been the reaction, I guess, now that you're on the way out from Perth Heath baseball team? Are you seeing other teams adopt Bitcoin as part of their offering to their players?
Yeah, there's no team at the moment that has the position that Perth Heat had.
Yep.
Unfortunately, in some ways, sometimes the adoption is very closely aligned to what the price of Bitcoin is.
Pretty much, unfortunately.
So, but that sets up a pretty exciting 24 months to come. Yeah,
absolutely.
So yes, gradually there's been an accumulation of teams, probably more so through Europe, footballing teams that have taken a Bitcoin position, and I'm pretty bullish on what we're going to see now moving forward, and I'm really excited to potentially have the opportunity to work with these teams and really put more on the map and show what's possible by being a team on the Bitcoin standard.
That's nice. Is that kind of what you see yourself doing now for the next couple of months at least?
I'd like to see myself doing it for the next couple of decades.
Yeah.
I'm really passionate about sports and Bitcoin. I just don't see a future without it.
Yep. Do you get sort of consulted by other codes outside of baseball?
Yeah, even at just about putting some Bitcoin on your balance sheet. During my talk, I gave the example of the West Coast Eagles. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If you believe reports, they've got 60 million in cash reserves. 60 million.
Wow.
Jeez.
Now they take out 1.5%. And just bring that down from 60 to 59.
Yeah.
They're equivalent. It's the equivalent of about 20 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That they could put on their balance sheet. Yeah. Now I believe. What will Bitcoin go to?
Who knows?
5 million. Who knows? Yeah. If it goes to 5 million, that 1 million becomes 100 million. Whenever that may be. I don't know if you're the Brisbane Lions who. SwiftX partner with you. Try compete with that. In 10 years' time, you just can't.
Yeah.
And what we're really waiting to see is who will be the first major organisation in the world that will go big. Yeah.
Do you think that's it? We're just waiting for that first big person to take that leap of faith, and then everyone else will follow?
Unfortunately, that's what the behaviours of humans, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we showed the way with Perth Heat, but in reality, we're in world sport, probably a tier 10 team,
Yep.
So it's only going to take one. PSV, Eindhoven in the Dutch league, they do hold some Bitcoin on their balance sheet. What's their exposure? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it only takes one team, and I don't think we're too far away.
It's an interesting one, right? Because you think there's two elements to it, like a team, any sports team. You've got the fan base, but then you've also got the people behind the scenes running the show and the players.
Yes.
Who's harder to convince when you guys were implementing Bitcoin as a part of your playbook? Was it you had to convince more effort into getting community support, or was it more within the team?
No, I was really lucky with the players. They're an exceptionally well-educated group of athletes, and they're on board. And on top of that, I've got I had one of the most innovative group of owners that allowed me to implement it. So, we had wonderful support across the board. I always count my blessings and probably how easy it was.
Yep.
I appreciate how difficult it would be with other teams, with boards to convince, and that's part of the challenge moving forward. Is the structure and the organisation of different teams to be able to implement it. But what we saw with Stats for Stats, where we boosted players live in play, is you actually don't need the organisation to buy in, nor do you actually need the league. There's ways you can set it up without them. Players associations are a really powerful group of, or a really powerful body, but there's plenty of ways to implement it. And unfortunately, as we know with most things with Bitcoin, it's all can't stop it either. So it'll continue to evolve. There's been some really interesting organisations that have reached out to make some inquiries, and as we know, it's one team will go or one league will go, and the rest will follow.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, so obviously this industry evolves at a rapid rate, and you can barely tell what's going to happen in a couple months' time, let alone a couple years' time. But I'm curious to know, where would you like to see, or where do you see like the sports adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in, say, like 5-10 years' time?
Oh, look, we're going to have contracts denominated in Bitcoin. There's no doubt about that. We'll start asking for that, and I really believe in the Stats for Stats and how fans can engage. There's so many ways that gives the athlete the opportunity to engage with their audience and also increase their value and take it with them from team to team. So I think there's also the world of advertising, marketing, and sponsorship in sport that has the ability to be turned upside down and be done differently as well. And the technology will also improve at that same time. We look at what we did with the Perth Heat over last season, and there was improvements, from week to week, really, And in all honesty, we had probably the shittiest version of the technology, But someone's got to use it and someone's got to improve it, And as more companies continue to come on board, those glitches will evaporate, They'll be the user experience will become better, and the ease of use will become much better for fans as well. So, the future of sport is Bitcoin. I've got no doubt of that whatsoever.
I'd love to be tipped at Bitcoin.
Yeah, me
As to
too.
do the podcast. Why?
It's not bad.
Why don't we get that set up?
Well, we had a 2% increase across round one for the starting 9 players. They're doing nothing more than playing what they were doing. They had a 2% increase on their salary.
Awesome.
That's significant.
Yeah.
As I said, with the shittiest version of the technology, I can't see no reason why that can't improve to 5%. And then I know the argument is, why do we need to tip well-paid athletes? Not all athletes are well.
Bit of a misconception, you think?
Obviously at the top end, average salary in across the big 4 sports leagues in the US, I think it's 3.9 million, whatever it is, But you're watching the cricket the other night, and you're seeing Glenn Maxwell hit 201, You're sitting on your couch having a drink. Tell me you don't want to tip him?
That was
It's the equivalent of buying someone a beer, right?
Yeah, correct. Just sending me 15,000 sats and go have a beer on me. Well, you're watching the Matildas during the FIFA Women's World Cup. Mackenzie Arnold's making those saves during the penalty shootout against France, and you don't want to tip the Matildas. If Stats for Stats was available during the Women's World Cup, some of those Matildas would have made a.
Especially with Bitcoin running up the way it has too.
Absolutely. So, and again, it's optional. You got the chance whether you want to participate or not.
Yeah.
You want to boost, you want to tip, and reward, go for it. And go, Sam. That was one of the great goals in World Cup history for Australia. Here's 10,000 sats. But I think it was 175 transactions we had across the opening weekend, and they just continue to grow.
Yeah, nice.
And you can do it off so many different platforms. We could run it off Twitter in the end, just with some simple QR codes, really. So it's really easy to set up, and it's exciting about where we can take it moving forward.
Yeah, it's cool. This is still just all sort of starting out too. Like, we don't know where the destination is, but it's guys like you that actually.
That's where the destination is.
But it's cool to see just thought leaders and just people taking action, like you said, going through players associations, not waiting for other people to make the great industry body change, just doing little things along the way.
Well, if you,
it's just educational for everyone, right?
Yeah, correct. No, I'm a big believer. Put
Yeah.
sats in the hands of people's hands or Lightning wallets and just let them play around with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And global adoption will,
Yeah.
will increase quickly. Just stop talking on not podcasts and conferences and just get people using it. A little bit like AI.
Yeah.
Just get people
Nice.
playing with the technology, and we'll see an explosion.
Can't ignore it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Sounds good.
Well, Steve, always a pleasure, mate. Hopefully, we'll get you 3 years running next year.
Yeah, well, maybe beanbags again.
You're
next year.
becoming a regular. Yeah, we'll see how we go.
Let's go for the trifecta. Why not? Go chat.
Next year's bull market, so we're going to have
Yeah.
gold couches. We're going
Oh,
to step
gold
it up
couches.
even more.
The gold catch.
Let's do it.
Locked in. Much appreciated. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Cheers.